It's time for Q&A in the Kitchen. It's a podcast and YouTube series where tattoo artists in Piercer answer some of the more common questions asked by those that collect tattoos and piercings. Brought to you in part by Skin Kitchen Tattoo, the Axiom Body Piercing Studio, and Deaf Before Decaf. Today's is the motley crew, the usual crew. Jack Lowe from Skin Kitchen Tattoo, Westley Dickerson from Skin Kitchen Tattoo, Jimmy St. John's, the keeper of the two cheeks, from Skin Kitchen Tattoo, and myself, DaVo, from the owner and operator of the Axiom Body Piercing. So it's tattoo artist, piercing.
Got that?
Got that? So
there will be labels
pirate.
Yeah,
and arrows directly
Bar wench. Navigation.
to. So there is no
privateer.
Privateer. Okay. Pirate. Well, captain.
You guys
pirate,
get
pirate.
hung by the yard
Well,
iron.
you
I
know,
go.
I had a
yeah.
ship,
Only if they catch us.
and I needed a piercer for the ship. So
Yeah, man. You need a captain. Like, was a master of arms? I guess.
Harpoonist.
And he's got
Master of arms.
a section of the ship where he
Master
takes
of
care
arms.
Yes.
Nope.
That's where he disciplines you.
Part of the boiler room.
He disciplines you if you didn't do good.
So, what we're going to do here
enough.
is a while back we had users submit. Well, I guess fans.
Yeah.
And they're
I'd say
users
fans
too.
of the show,
Subscribers.
Like McGill.
Yeah, like McGill, who stopped by a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Very
Miguel,
awesome dude. Thank you
big
for stopping
shout
by.
out to Miguel. We were here during the
Yep.
outage, wasn't it? The
Yeah.
power
During
outage.
the- what
Apologies
do
for
they
being
call it?
power out. The land hurricane thing. What is
Right.
it called?
Derico.
Yeah.
Derico.
So we
The
were here at
Derico.
the shop, just working on what we could. They've got a window in the artist room as well as I do in my room. So we were just using the sunlight we could to put up some shelves and paint.
We need to do another
I put a new
walkthrough since
doorknob
we've
on.
Put a new
remodeled.
TV up, repainted the
Put a new
walls,
TV.
put up
Right.
shelves.
Thank you
stuff.
for staying
Yeah.
on task, Wesley.
So he had
Yeah.
set up an appointment to come in and get a nostril piercing and some dermals removed, and
He's a truck driver, I believe.
he was passing through. He's from Florida, he's really originally from Oklahoma, and then he's stationed in Florida or whatever.
Or
And
based.
yeah, based. That's the right way to put that. And so we sat and chatted for quite a long time, met the crew, and hung out.
Yeah, he's just a fan of the
just a
show.
Yeah, we
sweetheart
took
of
some
the guy.
pictures. He was a super nice guy.
Yep.
Super
Yeah,
nice guy.
really good guy. So shout out to him. Hope you're safe. Hope you're doing good out
Hope you're doing
there.
good, man.
Yes.
And stop in again sometime.
Hell, if you're
That'd be
any
awesome.
of you are out
We
of
should do
towners
another
and you're passing
360.
through Des Moines, swing and say hey to us. We like
Just,
that. That was
just make
cool.
Yeah,
sure,
absolutely, we love it.
Make sure to set up an appointment until we get over this mandate.
Yeah,
so.
that's
If you want to
fair,
get
yeah.
something done. If not, you
Yeah.
just stop by and say hi.
Yep.
Yeah. Stop by.
Give us a
and,
call at least ahead of time and say hey.
Usually we keep the head count
Yeah.
pretty low in here, so we got
Yeah.
room for a fan to come in
Right.
and just look
Yep.
around and say hi.
We
That'd
should
be
do
awesome.
another 360 walkthrough of the shop
Yeah,
since we've
We'll do
remodeled.
that.
Yeah,
Plus-
even just a 3D still photo in the center
Yeah.
of the artist room would be kind of neat.
Plus, you got that new Insta 360.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you guys did
one.
earlier.
Yeah, that Insta360 is super. If you
That was
like
super
to screw
neat.
around 360 video and all that, it's interchangeable
Yeah,
lenses.
Very
You-
fun.
Check it out. It's really
Ooh,
good.
and we've
Good
got
value.
some
I've had
other
fun with
cool point of view tattoo videos coming up here soon too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, I
Yeah,
forgot
so we
about those.
tattooed, Jack
tattooed
tattooed
us.
Wesley said, and put the, what do you guys call
A
it?
Skin Kitchen just logo, just a
Little Skin Kitchen mark.
a
Yeah, it's like
breakdown.
a tag, yeah, like Skin
Yeah.
Get a
Kitchen.
little tag.
It's more of a tech style. I got some 4K footage from that, and he's got a
It's
view
all from, like, the
the
point of view of his
actual
wrist.
machine.
Yeah, from the arm.
Yeah.
I
So
think
that
it's
would
pretty
be
interesting.
So we'll try to intertwine that and put it up somehow. I just haven't
Indeed.
had the
I
time.
think it'd be
this
neat.
Yeah,
week.
me either. It's such a gigantic file.
Yeah, it takes a lot
to
download
4K.
it.
I think it's recorded in 4K.
Yes, and my file alone on the Canon R was like 96 gigs.
Yeah, mine's 30 something gigs.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where my computer's going to go.
I know, but
it's gonna be so
should-
neat.
Should be really
Gonna
good.
be
So
very
we'll
we
see.
may have to shrink it down to 1080p, but it's going to be really sharp.
Right.
And you did one on me of our opinion of 2020. Little dumpster fire.
Right? Yeah, that was
Because
a lot
the
of
year's
fun.
kind of been trash.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. So
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Dude, so many customers come in and are like, hey, man, did you get that dumpster fire? Like, yeah.
yeah,
That's so cool. I'm like,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It's
yeah,
awesome.
2020.
So
could be
yeah,
great.
sometimes we
Yeah,
do get to
2020
just have
can
fun doing things on one another.
Yeah, but anyways.
When time comes. What we're going to do today is we're going to try to kind of get some of the questions out of the way that people had submitted that weren't quite a full episode.
Yeah.
Just kind of a speed round.
Honorable
We've done
mentions.
these in the past. So,
Still excellent questions.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'm just gonna jump into this one here.
Do it up.
Can you have too sensitive of skin to get tattoos? I ask this because I have sensitive skin and no tats. Just wondering, really. Submitted by Rachel Knight.
Rachel, unfortunately, every time I get tattooed, I feel that way because it
hurts.
It friggin' hurts.
It hurts, and I'm
I
a
don't think that's the
crybaby.
kind of sensitivity she
But
was
they
talking
really,
about.
they really do look cool when you're done, so it's worth it. But yeah,
It kind of depends on what you mean by sensitive. If you mean like you're very, very allergic, like if you come in contact with about anything, your skin gets puffy and red and irritated.
I didn't think about that.
It might not be the best thing for you because we do use a couple different products on you while we're tattooing you. The obviously the pigment itself. Is going to be involved there. So
green soap.
there's
Yep.
adhesives,
A&D.
that we use when we bandage you, which you could be sensitive to as well. Best I could say is come in. You'd have to pay a minimum, at least at this shop, which I would recommend you doing because if you're going to do this, you need to do it right. But anyway, come in and get a spot test done. I would get it done maybe below your ankle, maybe back by your heel or something like that. And just do about about a 1/8 inch, maybe
Just something small, see how it
circle.
goes.
Just
Yeah.
a little spot test,
Right.
See how it does, see how it heals, see how your body tolerates it. At the very worst, you'd have to go in and get one laser treatment maybe to pop it off. But at the long run, you might have a rough heel. It might be, a prolonged heel or something like that.
But you're still marked for life like the rest of us.
Yeah, but but it's but that's
Mission
really
accomplished.
your only way you're gonna really know.
And that'll determine whether or not you're allergic to the inks that are used. That'll determine
Right.
whether or not you're
The
allergic to
adhesives,
the
the
soaps,
ointments,
or the
the,
ointment.
the ointments that are used.
the nitrile and the gloves, which
Right.
And
if
if
you are,
you
You're a
have
rarity.
those
And my-
sensitivities, you probably already know them, and
Sure.
you also want to be concerned about what your tattoo artist would suggest for aftercare.
That's
And
what
I
I
would
was
say
saying.
the same thing with piercing. Is I'd list off generally on our releases, both of them, the waivers. The reason why we ask you to read them then initial it is because that stuff's in
important.
there, and
It's
you
important.
probably are more likely to know that you're allergic to something than I do.
Yep.
I try to use as neutral, and I know you
Yep.
guys do, as possible, but there are some things that we just don't think of.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
I was going to
Sometimes.
say that it's the aftercare. Like, we know we use high quality inks and needles and piercing equipment. That very low chances you're going to have a reaction no matter what your sensitive skin is. The variable is what we tell you to use. Artist, and
Yeah.
whether or not you even use that or use your own thing. And that's what I've seen in my history of tattooing and experience is that more often than not you get your reactions for sensitive skin is based on what ointment you use or adhesives.
I've
a lot of
gotten
times
more
people have
reaction out of
adhesives
adhesives, like the,
yeah, people have sensitive skin
syn-
to the adhesive
they're-
being stuck to their skin for 3-4 days, and that's it's glue on your skin.
Sensiderm, Saniderm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
but
But anybody that, like, if you put medical tape on them and they're allergic to adhesive, they're going to have a problem where the tape touched them.
I'm the
Same thing with
way. I
Saniderm.
get that.
If I put the Saniderm on somebody, and like that stuff you can leave on 2 or 3 days and take off, depending on the piece. If you leave it on for 2 or 3 days and you're allergic to the adhesive, you're going to have this really crappy minor rash
Yeah.
where the adhesive
bubble,
was,
little bubble,
and it's irritating
Yep.
at best, but you have it.
but you'll heal and you'll
Yeah,
be fine.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
it's a little extra discomfort. It might prolong things a bit.
Yep.
But so it all depends on how sensitive your skin is,
And what it's
how you're
sensitive
reacting when your skin is being sensitive,
Right.
and what you're willing to go through to get that tattoo. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of
Yep.
even the pain and everything
part of
really comes. Well, it mathematically I think works out to how much you want it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because I remember the first tattoo I got, the pain didn't even come into my brain.
Because you wanted that tattoo so
Until
bad.
I was in the chair and it was humming and it was almost when I started. I thought, oh yeah, I guess
This
this
is about to
probably
hurt.
could hurt. Like I swear to God, it never
Absolutely.
entered my brain.
neither.
Never thought about it hurting
Nope.
at all. I
Nope.
was so excited to get it. It never even dawned on me. There
Never
was
crossed
pain.
my mind.
And then I was like,
Until the needle hit you.
"Oh, wait a minute!" And
never
then
even
when it
thought
did,
about
I was like, "Oh,
I can
glad
tolerate
I didn't waste
it.
much time on that
yeah.
because
It's worth it.
To close this one out, what I would suggest is you have a consultation with your artist.
Yep.
Ask them for a list of the type of materials they use.
Yeah.
So if there's something on that list that you know you're allergic to, but you have
You're
another
already aware.
alternative to, you need to talk to them about it.
Mm-hmm.
I know my mother had problems with just like regular medical tape, but the
Yeah.
paper tape never had an issue
Right.
with it. And there is a difference in the
Yeah,
adhesive.
and the adhesive.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
then, unless
Absolutely.
there's an extreme worry for you as a viewer there, our industry is getting better constantly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those allergic reactions are going down. They've been going down for years. They're way
Yep.
low.
Well, 'cause
so
it's learned.
it's really not, if you got regular skin that's just a little bit sensitive, it's probably not a big worry unless you're on that extremist level. So
Yeah, yeah.
it shouldn't be a big, too hard of a question. Rachel, was it? So again, depending on your skin, like you said, mathematically a spectrum, kind of
Yeah.
test your risk level versus what you're willing to do. And
Yeah.
Come in and find
I
out what
would-
we use, and
I was also
cross-reference.
suggest too sticking to black work, especially at first because
yeah, not as much color.
right, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's black. Because I've never seen
Less-
anyone have a reaction to black ink.
Less
that-
variations of the minerals and pigments in between those colors.
Well, the
there's
black we use
ingredients.
is allegory, which is
Guys
non.
will shut the fuck up. But anyway,
Well, the black
because-
ink we use says non-allergenic.
Awesome.
Allegory.
Yeah.
Says it right on it.
Right. So I've never seen anyone react to that at all, and so that's a really safe bet. And if you're getting along pretty good with that, then you might want to tip your toe into color. But if you're one of those people that's kind of allergic to like everything, I've tattooed people like that are just seem to have this long list of stuff, and I've never had them react to black. So that's why I say test. Do a spot test with black, just a little spot somewhere. Make sure you don't grow an extra leg, or you don't start speaking German for no reason or something. Damn it. And which would be the most incredible
That's a
allergic
sweet
reaction ever.
If we
Where
could
do I
only
sign
get
up?
superpowers, from getting
Then,
tattooed.
but black work, you're probably going to be okay. You might be the type of person that gets really irritated really fast or whatever, but that's just
Okay.
the name of the game.
I concur.
Oh, Wes, why don't you pick out the next one?
Yeah, there you go.
Snacks.
Tag your
Even
in.
the ones after the fold, like 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. 9, 10, 11, and 14. Seems good. I don't know. Or
Ooh.
that we haven't touched before.
We can cut some chunk of this long out here, but I didn't know I was doing that.
Just read it.
What program
Pick
would
one.
I use if not using an iPad for
No, you
tattoos?
just need to say it right there.
Excuse me.
The
What,
mic, Darby,
what
the
program
mic.
would I use if not using an iPad for tattoos?
Tracing paper and pencil and a light board, which is miserable. So get an
Yes,
iPad.
the old school.
Sorry.
Yep.
Just throw it out there.
No,
Right when I started here working for you, I was not an iPad user.
I was not either.
I had a Microsoft Surface. I drew on a little bit, but I was kind of still on the paper and tracing and things like that.
I had a light table, a roll of tracing paper, and a bunch of pencils that I
Yeah.
carried with me.
And I'm
it
kind
was
of
miserable.
a little bit stubborn around the Apple product world, but
it's awesome.
you were
Thank
like,
you, Procreate.
this is exactly what you need. Get it, or you won't last long here.
Yeah.
So I buckled.
But
I
what
just
was-
said, all right, and I got it. And so, yeah, it is a big kick up. If you aren't using that, then yep.
Well,
you're
what
back
makes
to
it nice is
stone
you can
carving
layer
tablets.
stuff. You can layer your drawings.
Yeah.
You can take stuff in and out without, oh, well, I already drew it and layered it all and looked on tracing paper and, and drew it. Now I got to take something out. Like, I got to start over. And you can take a picture of the customer and you can interact with them on like a Zoom or some other kind of communication.
Which is the advantage to working on a tablet overall.
Yeah.
The
And you can
iPad-
draw on it and show them what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
they can get an idea of what you're trying to give them.
Right. So the reason I think the iPad excels in that is because one, it's a super stable, well-developed platform that
And
I've
Procreate
never had a
itself.
crash. I've never
Right.
had a serious problem with it. It's a very, very stable thing that has incredible battery life. So that's one. Two, it has Procreate, which is
Amazing.
an incredible app for exactly what we need it to do. It doesn't
Yeah.
have all these super crazy bells and whistles that just get in the way and make extra buttons, but it's got everything you need just where you need it. And if it's not where you need it, you can put it there, and it enables us to create our drawings and our sketches and everything else in such a quicker, cleaner, easier, doesn't matter where you are fashion.
And it
that-
helps.
That it allows us to keep up with the demand of the client, which isn't what it used to be.
No,
it used to
way
be,
more.
I want that. Okay, and there was
Right.
an outline, you stenciled it and you stuck it on them and you went,
And
right?
it's also helpful
Not
in
like that.
translating to the customer what our idea is.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I show you a line drawing and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that looks like a coloring book. Well,
So-
yeah, but I'm going to do all the stuff in it. Well, I don't know how it's going to look.
But I think the question is, we know all that. We know
Yeah.
that the digital
But getting your-
platform
the
is
question
an
is-
advantage.
is
It's
what would you
what
use?
if what if I don't have an iPad?
Yep.
Get one. Just
what,
get one.
Yep.
What were the
Invest.
issues?
Get one.
There are
Invest.
other tablets out there. I've used the Microsoft Surface. I'm sorry, Dave.
Okay, well, that's why I wanted to ask: is what issues did you have with the Microsoft Surface?
It's a nice computer to travel with you as a traveling computer.
Yeah.
It has some drawing programs on it. Sketchbook was pretty nice, and it can handle Photoshop and Adobe
Photoshop.
apps much better than the iPads can.
Yeah.
But they're just not as well suited and streamlined as Procreate is.
Yeah, not
Yeah, 'cause
yet.
the
Apple
thing-
products aside, or the software, the app itself,
Yeah.
which is the one all tattoo artists are pretty much primarily using now, is just better than Sketchbook. It just kind of is flawless.
And the thing I keep hearing is that it's slower.
Yep.
It's cumbersome. Do they even offer layers in it?
Oh yeah. No,
Okay.
it's definitely got a lot of things
Well,
that
like the
Procreate
So I'm
iPad
thinking
does
back to
have.
like the last time I used a
It's just
Microsoft
more
anything. It was
the
just
interface, the way it's used, the things or stuff.
Yeah.
There's a few things that I remember I did like about it better than Procreate at the time.
Yeah.
But Procreate has fixed those issues and made them easy too. But it has a lot of those things that are. It is like the same thing as Procreate, that a lot of things are simplified that are in not in like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. But
I
there's
don't even know how
still
to use
just a
those.
little bit around the place.
They haven't refined it. It's the same thing I'm hearing about Google.
Yeah.
What amazes me that like
Chrome.
it Procreate's even down to like the pressure of how you draw. If you
Yep.
push down hard, the line
Well,
gets
so
wide.
that was the first.
If you pick up, it gets thinner. Like
the Surface had that first. It had that a couple of years
but
before
like,
it. But
it's really advanced
Yep.
since they
The amount
started
of
doing
levels.
it.
absolutely,
Yeah,
they
that the-
fine tuned it.
That the iPad
it's
can
very
do.
realistic.
Yep.
So it's super, super stable. It's got everything you need, and the great thing too is they're always improving Procreate. They're
Yeah.
adding things.
Yep.
They're refining things, and they listen to the community.
Right.
Yep.
And a lot of the community is
It's
tattoo
tattoo
artists.
artists.
So it really, if you don't have an iPad and you're
Yeah.
wanting to,
If you're going to
get
be in
one.
the
Just get
industry,
one.
Yep.
if you're going to be in
Yeah.
this industry, you need to make the investment.
Now,
It's
but
like
here's-
buying a good
here's-
tattoo machine.
Here's the thing, though, is you can learn how to use the tablet
Absolutely.
Oh,
and
it
then
still works,
eventually
yeah.
progress into it.
It's your
because I'm
efficiency.
sure that most of the skills that you learned from your Microsoft is transferred
It's just
into
that
what.
Brent used to do it on
the
a phone.
gap between the two. The next best one, the Sketchbook Pro,
Yeah.
is the gap between that and Procreate is enough that most people are on
It's
Procreate.
that big.
Now I'm an Android user,
Yeah.
and I would
I'm
love
the
to
same.
see
Religious.
Samsung or something come out that is comparable to the iPad on drawing
By all
levels.
means.
Yeah.
But right now,
There's
I'm willing
not.
to suck it up because the gap between the next best is far enough that Procreate is it. If you ain't got a tablet that's not an iPad, then paper and pencil.
Yeah, and being in an environment like this where it's very symbiotic, so we're all on
Yeah.
the same thing. If Wesley creates a brush that's really awesome, he can just
We share it.
it to me,
Absolutely.
and we
Yep.
can, and we can coexist in that little ecosystem
Yeah.
a lot
Yep,
easier.
It's
absolutely.
awesome.
So
It really is.
Person.
Okay, so now it's
It's my turn.
It's Jimmy's turn.
Jeez, I'm not even here.
It's been a long day, boys and
wouldn't
girls.
that be awesome?
That's okay. What, if I wasn't here? You're an ass.
Oh, no, we'd miss you
I love you too.
Be a quiet
until
episode.
you showed up again.
Whatever. I keep the shop lively.
Right.
There we go. Okay, so ask your question.
All right, so here's the question.
Anytime.
Is it okay to get certain piercings when you have to wear a mask all day at work? And this is sent in and submitted by Rachel Knight.
Yes
That's a
and
good
no.
one for you, DaVo.
The thing is with masks, and we're all dealing with them right now, and nobody likes them.
No,
Let's
it's not.
just get that off the shelf right away. Nobody likes them. I'm sure there's somebody that does, but
Cobra Commander. No, sorry.
yeah, who knows? The issue is facial piercings is the main concern. It's not best. It's not the worst. The concerns is how clean the mask is, how much pressure it's applying to the piercing, and that could cause trauma. And the last thing that can cause trauma is taking the thing off and on and not paying attention
yeah,
to touching
hooking
it.
it. Yeah.
So what I generally suggest is if you have like a nostril piercing, which is probably the one that's going to get the most contact, is make sure you shape the mask or pick a mask that's shaped that's more like less like a bulldog and more like a boxer. It has more of an open area that's away from the
a good
piercings.
idea.
Some of them you can bend a little bit, and always remove the mask by pulling back on the strings and then doing that instead of
Out
What
and
about
around.
like
just
Madonnas
taking
or
off.
whatever they call them now?
Medusas.
Kind of out. Well, Medusa's in the middle, isn't it?
Well, Medusas, Beauty Marks, Madonnas,
Madonna, they're kinda
Steel
outside.
Crawfords. There's
Yeah,
like 8
whatever.
million names for the same.
They'd be more
piercing.
prone to get caught, though. you
I
think?
don't think so, because if
No?
you really start thinking about where they, because everybody's always concerned about lip piercings, labret piercings, and etc. And really, you don't suck the mask into your face
Okay,
unless you're a
okay.
heavy mouth breather, I guess.
And even if you are, what would really catch? I mean, if you had a ring, there really be nothing to catch on the
Yeah.
ring. And if you had a barbell, I guess maybe the loop that goes around your ear could maybe somehow loop. But it seems
Yeah.
like it really
yeah,
couldn't.
it's mainly like nostril screws, labret studs that have like sharp edges. And
Okay.
points
yeah, if you
on
had like
them.
a stone, a rather large stone maybe in your
Okay.
nose that had like maybe a harder edge because of the setting, that could maybe grab the material. And that I could see that maybe getting caught.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is just clean the damn things or replace them. Personally, I like the disposable ones because I can do
Yeah.
I'll have
Right.
them on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and get rid of it.
and then just throw it away.
Right.
And they're not really they're not cheap, but they're not really that expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you not
You're getting
think
easier to
wash
get.
it?
yeah, if you're going to be using the cloth ones, for
Just
an 8-hour
wash
shift,
'em.
I would suggest changing them once an hour, basically
Mm-hmm.
just because, especially if you do any talking, because it's just going to be full of spit and everything else.
Yeah.
Then it sits there and it
Well,
starts
then at the end of the night,
to-
you got to wash it.
yeah, it starts to all that bacteria and et cetera that you've
Builds
created, plus some moisture and what's caught in the air,
Mm-hmm.
in a way, is going to increase the amount of bacteria and other pathogens that are going to be on it. In some ways, and I brought this up because somebody asked about septum piercings in this, just in one of the comments recently, and it's like, in a way, it's kind of better for it because you're not. It's helping purify the air that's going into
Well, that's
your,
a good way
into
to look
your
at it.
nose. It's purifying the air that's going into your mouth.
Nice.
So you're not going to have as much dust, debris, and
okay.
I didn't even think of
allergens
that.
and pathogens. and
That's
et
really
cetera.
cool.
So it's kind of a trade-off.
But does it not create kind of a rainforest type of environment though, in
Yeah.
that moist kind of
The humidity.
as long as
petri
it,
dish?
as long as it
Probably-
continues to be your colony,
Probably
Okay.
less than what
You're
was there
okay.
to begin with.
Yeah.
Versus
Okay.
the outside.
Yeah, I
you're
just
still
thought
experiencing
the
it.
environment. Normally it
Yeah.
would be relatively dry, get air touching
Yeah.
and moving,
it
but
creates a dark, moist place.
right.
And that's
but
why you
if
need to
it's-
change it.
as long as it's your rainforest and you're
Yeah, it's
keeping
not
it
bad.
clean. Otherwise, it
Unless you have a
probably wouldn't.
respiratory
fair.
problem.
Yeah, then that's an entirely other thing. Or, some type of...
You gonna die. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's good to know. I don't have any
That's
facial
awesome.
piercings. You anymore?
Not
You did
anymore.
my labret, and you did a
you-
double. I used to have a double lip piercing.
I think you should do the lip
when
again.
They were called double lip piercings instead of
Yeah, snake bites or spider bites or whatever.
well, they were on the same side. Is that still a snake bite?
So
Spider
there's
bites.
Spider bites.
Okay, spider bites. Well, and
I think you should do them again.
It's one of the. Well, I ended up taking them out because I looked at myself at like 43 or something. And I'm like, you're 43.
I'm 45. I still have earrings,
need it-
nipple rings,
Man,
lip
just got
ring.
rid
I'm
of
still
them.
I'm
tattooed.
like, I don't know. It just seemed like
Hey,
I
man.
needed to take it out.
You're a
And,
circus freak.
You
Accept
needed
it.
to change.
Yeah, maybe,
That's-
but you don't even see them after a while. You know
Yeah.
how it is. It's just like a tattoo. There's such a part of you, like your ears or your nose. You
You
don't
still
look at
drink
yourself
your
and go,
bottled
wow,
beer.
look at the nose.
You still drink your bottled beer out of the side of your mouth.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, so but
Habits.
you did them, and I think since he's probably been brought up and it's fresh in my mind, Paul had a double
Yeah.
lip
and he used
piercing.
and he used to chew on them constantly and drive me nuts.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's the reason I got them, but I did recognize after I had them that Paul's got those.
Yeah, I
That's
did the
kinda
first
cool.
one at
thought they
Creative
looked neat.
Images. That was the first lip piercing I did professionally in Des Moines.
Yeah.
Second one
Awesome.
I think we did at the Axiom.
Yeah.
And then I did, I think his eyebrow maybe, and then we did a PA for his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd gotten in a fight with his then girlfriend and walked all the way from his apartment in Sherman Hills to the old shop.
And pierce my
I
weenie.
was mad. I mean,
Yeah.
he was
She
in
ain't
a
getting it for a
bad
week.
mood.
Owie.
Yeah, that relationship ended well.
My favorite
She
story is
stole
when you
it all.
traded Corvette toaster oven car.
Oh, I know.
That's my favorite
My
story
Element,
ever.
yeah.
The Element. Yeah.
She stole every utensil except she left him with one fork, one knife, one spoon, one bowl, and one dish. She took
Vindictive.
everything.
Why would she need more stuff than him?
I have no idea.
What a jerk. Anyway, all right.
He
What's the next
better-
one?
she
The
was
next-
hey, that's a long story too and a joke. Because I'm in Europe, so it could be an idea with.
Yeah,
So
it's
could
kind
it
of
be
backwards.
An idea with recommendations for foreign piercers.
That's all
and
you.
let them have a short presentation. We could talk about tattoo artists too. I'm guessing that
If you're overseas,
I'm
Philip
guessing this
Lou.
person's is their first language is not English, and it's Lars
okay.
Humberger.
Lars.
Hi, Lars.
Great
Hello,
name.
Lars.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
Angeline Angel is a person that comes number one. I
Nice.
don't know anyone who is a better practitioner and just general goodwill ambassador for body piercing than
Nice.
that person. Jim Ward would be great from the historical perspective. There's a lot of people in the APP that, they would be good candidates. The only one I really know well would be Jack Lowe. I think he's at St. Sabrina still. I haven't talked to him in a long time. We started about the same time and had a lot of the same experiences. I would have, 2 years ago, I would have said J.C. Potts, but after all the things that happened with him, and I'm not going to comment on whether or not I think any of it's true, I don't think he'd be a good candidate at this point in his life. He was he was either a victim of cancel culture or he was somebody who deserved to get canceled.
Yeah,
So,
well,
and I'll leave it at that because I don't know him personally. But he had a channel on here. He was very informative. Another person comes to mind and has a YouTube channel that he just started up about 6 months ago is Piercing by Scott. He's out of Vegas. He does kind of some of the same things I do. He's not quite as long-winded as I am.
Yeah.
And I think I have a better personality. But
Well,
that's
everyone
beside the point.
knows you have a better
Scott's
personality.
very informative and he has some good stuff. So those would be
Kudos to
probably
Scott.
some of my people that I would suggest for that.
And what do they want these people to do?
I'm guessing it's because they feel like there's not as much exchange of information in Europe right now.
So they're
and
looking for people they could
Recommendation.
reach out to in their area.
Yeah.
Okay, for
or to
information.
come in, somebody to come in from out of the country to.
Who would
kind
you
of-
recommend over in Europe?
for like tattooing? Somebody from the United States that would come over there and kind of help spread the spirit. Don Hardy always comes to mind.
Yeah, he's
right
always
off the top.
ambassador.
Yeah. Oh man, it's
Philip Lou's my top.
Yeah, Philip Blue is great. His whole family is always been
Amazing.
an incredible ambassador of the art and everything.
One of my heroes.
God,
There's so many. Like phenomenal people.
Well,
over there.
I think. Well, but the thing is too. I see this person like if you flip it, like it's someone like we're over there, and this is someone in America asking us about America. I'm thinking this could be like someone in like a small town in Idaho,
Right.
Yeah.
And we're talking about somebody in
This is
frickin'
Switzerland
New
or-
York,
yeah, or
you know.
you're a
So
London
it's
or
really
Somebody that you're
tough.
not near.
Yeah, like
Right,
I
I'm
guess.
not sure.
I mean, asking three guys in the middle of Iowa. I mean, I would do the same thing you should do is just jump on the internet.
I would suggest do
You
your
know,
research.
and research.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look
That's
up
all
the
you.
people.
That's what you got to
Put
do.
the time and effort
if you
in.
are wanting to travel a super long distance, then the people close to you, word of mouth, are going to
Yeah.
be the ones because they've gotten tattoos from people in your city and town.
That's a
and
good
close
idea.
by.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
Yeah.
if you like their
Good
tattoos
advice.
close to your friends,
Yeah.
and you're not willing to travel, over the border somewhere,
And it
then
really
Find a
depends
reputable
on-
artist in
Yep.
your area and ask them who
word
they
of
would.
mouth is the best one because not only do it show you the actual tattoo, but you get to hear about the experience of that customer service and the
Right.
interaction.
Yeah,
So
That's a good
and
idea.
it really depends on what exactly you're trying to get from the
Yes,
seminar. Are you
absolutely.
trying to
Very
learn the
true.
pierce? Are you trying to learn the tattoo?
Well, if they're
are
look-
you just
Or are you
you want to
collecting?
learn more? Do
Okay,
you want to
so
learn more about history?
I think I'm trying to understand
yeah.
the question. So they're looking.
for someone to do a seminar.
Okay, well that's easy, man. Look for tattoo conventions. Most of the time, there are seminars that go on. A lot of times, they are geared towards tattooing or piercing, as an artist and everything like that. You pay a fee, and you go in and you listen to their spiel. There might be certain restrictions on certain seminars, but there may be some available that you are able to get in on.
Right.
And Miss Angel does do those for piercing.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
So,
Excellent.
She's kind of taken on what Fakura was doing and et cetera.
Whatever happened to him?
Well, hold on.
passed
Just
away.
before we get too
Really?
off of that, the convention
Wow.
thing. Not only that, but even if there isn't a particular seminar that's pointing exactly what you want to do, go to the convention anyway, because it's a great way to meet people, to talk to people that are like-minded, that are into the same thing, and we love to share information because we know we're all looking for the for the same stuff. Yeah. So and there's no reason to hide it, right? No. So it's a great way to go press the flesh as soon as they let us, and meet people, talk to people, tell them what you're interested in, and you'll never know. You never know. You're talking to a guy and go, oh man, I know a dude who is the guy for that, man. You got to talk to him, and he's right there. There's no stand-in for that. Get out there and just get to know people, talk to people, and tell them what you're into, and you'll meet people.
A convention like that's good for everywhere, from anybody who's got no tattoos looking for something, to somebody who's looking to get into the industry. Oh yeah, to find a shop or somebody to talk to and figure out. Those are just you make those connections.
Yeah. So, I mean, this might. Well, and I assume that maybe they're an aspiring artist or maybe piercer.
I'm guessing piercer.
If there's if I were someone that was looking to get in and there was a convention close, I would get the best stuff I ever did in a portfolio and put it together. And I would
bug every one of those tattoo artists.
I was exactly going to use that word, because that's exactly what you're doing. But I have never rewarded someone who didn't bug me first. Yep. Like in that situation.
Absolutely not.
You got to show the drive. You don't deserve it unless you're willing to bug me.
We all started the same way, bugging people.
Yeah, I got to see that drive. I got to see that hunger. I got to see that.
That is one of the other viewer questions, and I think we hit that one a lot.
I would,
but I mean that's the start. The start is draw a lot.
Yeah.
If you want to get into piercing, research a lot. Get additional skills. The last video I was talking about how we wear a lot of different hats. Learn about sterilization. Learn about pathogens. Learn about metallology. Learn about the products that are used. Do all these things.
Learn about how the body heals.
Why you
get infection.
For every industry, if you can get as much mental knowledge and drop that
the more
jargon.
You know about
if I'm an inspiring piercer and I've learned all the jargon, the piercing size of needles. Never done a piercing, but I say I know.
You're further ahead.
You're
and I drop that in front of you. You'll be impressed by that.
As long as you're doing like you're a dick and you know it.
But no, you're impressed by like, hey man, I understand about this stuff. I'm curious about these things. I haven't done the piercings, but
and you're gonna go down some rabbit holes that are really fascinating.
Well,
And with tattooing, part of that is doing a lot of different designs, drawing, and doing stuff and copying other people. And learning how to adapt to other people's styles, and et cetera. Yeah. And then you go and you talk to them and you go, hey, look what I have. Because that shows that you put in the effort and you're going to be worth their time.
So, that basically says what I said. Get the best stuff you have, that represents what you can do, and bug everybody that you lock eyes with.
Right.
That's behind a counter. Tell them who you are and why you're there. Yeah. And, it's all about... if you go to 20, talk to 80 booths.
Yeah, if you go to 80 booths and one dude's receptive to you, you were a success.
I moved with $300, a U-Haul trailer being pulled behind a $200 car to Arizona to get started.
Well, here's the thing. If you want to be a tattoo artist or a piercer,
if you're not willing,
you got to have guts.
Yeah.
There's a nice way to say it. If you ain't got guts enough to get your artwork together, go to a convention, show up in whatever town close by or yours or whatever, and show that work to an artist and take that criticism and take that opinion, then you don't got the guts it takes to be in this industry, man. Because it takes a lot of guts to tattoo and pierce somebody confidently as a professional.
That's probably why
I think to a large degree, and I haven't been to a convention in years. I'll be admit that.
I miss them.
That was the whole point of them. It was sharing knowledge. It was getting together and learning new things.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of turned into the circus sideshow.
Now it's kind of
it's
kind of a clique.
Whatever, but I'm assuming still in the back room you've got the guys that are
there's still that
all
going
the
on,
information and letting you know, and are there to help you to start because they want to see their art, their passions continue.
Right.
The idea behind the conventions, beyond being a place where like-minded people could come together and, be celebrated and be in a comfortable space, is, obviously to be able to support that.
Yeah.
The bigger the industry has grown, the more dollars there are put into advertising and things, and there's more money to be made. So more money has been, the money has, obviously grown in why you put on a convention. More people are introduced to this
you're educating
community because of that money. So you kind of dilute that, that core family or those core roots of those people that are there, not because it's fashionable, not because they feel that it raises them in any kind of social status. They're there because they have to be there.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere else there to be.
And it
It's
also
because that's where
allows
their family
enthusiasts
is.
and collectors to experience art from other places. Like, there's this artist you've been looking in magazines and admiring for years. The tattoos in San Diego.
Yeah, it's
Or
great.
you live in Florida.
Yeah.
So there's no chance you got a wife and kids and a job. Like, there's little chance you're going to save up for a plane ticket, a hotel room,
Yeah.
a couple $1,000s to get tattooed. You know what I mean? To get tattooed by this guy that you really like.
Yeah.
Well, now there's a convention in your hometown, and this guy's going to be there for 3 days.
Yep.
Now's your chance to get a piece from this artist that you really like.
Yep.
Without
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Bree 999. I hope that kind of answered your question.
Yeah,
Maybe
hopefully.
some ideas. That was kind of a bonus one.
Sorry.
there.
Right?
I think that does it for these.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody that submitted a question. If it didn't get answered, it's probably because we've covered it before. I'm sorry, but
Or we
after a while, we're
keep shooting at
Or we
them.
will get to it.
we're continuing to kind of repeat ourselves, and we don't want to.
Yeah.
If you come up with
This is
something
for
that
as
hasn't
possible.
answered, shoot it back at us.
So,
We'll-
or even if you had like a particular interaction, with your artist, or you don't understand how something went, if you have a question like that, that's kind of a one-off or kind of a personal question,
Yeah,
we're
let
here.
us know.
We're here to
Yeah.
answer it. So,
Yeah.
don't be shy. That's why we're here. We love answering the questions. We love hearing
Absolutely.
from you guys. So, don't ever be shy to shoot something out. And if we've covered it before, we'll just point you towards where we have, and then
We'll try to.
Yeah.
And we might go back and cover
Yeah.
some of those past topics.
Sure.
Well, we're doing
Because-
this for you guys, so
Yeah, so just let
anything
us
you want to
know.
know, you let us know. We'll do it.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I think that covers all of it for the most part, and then some. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Yeah,
You've been
Thank you, guys.
listening to or watching Q&A in the Kitchen. It's a podcast and YouTube series. If you haven't already, please share us with anybody you think that might enjoy this, either in the podcast version or the video version. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Lets us know that you liked it, and it helps kind of spread the word and get more people watching. So don't keep all that information to yourself, is what we're getting.
Don't be selfish, okay?
Yeah, spread
Nobody
it around.
likes somebody that's selfish, and there's a lot of us to share.
Spread it around.
I get it.
If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hit that notification bell. If you're listening to this podcast, just subscribe where you're at. Check out our merch store. Plenty of designs, plenty of t-shirts, plenty of colors, plenty of fun stuff.
To make great gifts for the tattoo fan in your life.
Yeah,
so
they're
don't
pretty
be
awesome.
stingy.
And those seasons are going to be coming up faster
Yeah,
than you
we
think
have
they
socks.
are.
Who doesn't want a freaking dope ass pair of crazy Skin Kitchen Axiom socks? They're cool. You didn't wear them today, did you?
No, they were awesome. They're very
My
awesome.
client's
I need
got
to
the-
get some. They're dope.
One of my clients got the leggings.
And the
They look
t-shirts.
cool.
Yeah,
Leggings, phone
I got,
covers.
yeah, my wife has a
Tapestries.
pair of the Captain Jack leggings
Yeah.
that use similar artwork, and they are dope.
My wife has mine, and I like my name on it.
Good
So
material.
when and if, well, I'll say when you get your stuff, post a picture of it, and we'd love to see.
Yeah, let us know. We'd like to see you in
If
it.
you're too bashful, do what our winner of
Yeah.
the hoodie did.
Make
Just
somebody else wear it.
Put it on
make
her
somebody
husband.
else put it on.
Yeah, even though it was a pink hoodie.
Whatever. Kudos to him.
I love it.
Kudos to him.
I
Thank
love
you for
it.
wearing a pink hoodie. You
Yes,
looked
hey,
awesome.
man.
You rocked it.
Yeah, keep that woman happy.
Just the
Good
right.
man.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to us, Gab. Tell all your friends about us. Click the subscribe button. Ring the bell. We don't post stuff that you don't want to see, so we're not one of those things that's just going to ring the bell all the time and you got to swipe out of the way.
Yep.
So don't be scared. And
Here's to open all your tattoos and piercings heal with ease without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area or nearby, we all hope to see you for your tattooing and body piercing needs in the future. Have a good day, everybody. Stay clean, stay safe, and pick up after yourselves.
Be nice
We
to
know
each
that
other.
doesn't go there.
later, Gator.
Wash your hands. Thank you.